attention today, Philippine Coast Guard will block China reclamation at disputed shoal, official says. The Philippine Coast Guard is committed to sustaining a presence in a disputed area of the South China Sea to ensure China does not carry out reclamation activities at the Sabina Shoal, its spokesperson said Monday. The Coast Guard said on Saturday it had deployed a ship to Sabina Shoal where it accused China of building an artificial island amid an escalating maritime row. Adding 2 other vessels were in rotational deployment in the area. Since the ship's deployment in mid-April, the Coast Guard said it had discovered piles of dead and crushed coral that had been dumped on the sandbars of Sabina Shoal, altering their sizes and elevation. Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson Deter told a press conference on Monday the Coast Guard had to make sure it was able to prevent China from carrying out a successful reclamation in Sabina Shoal. He said the Coast Guard was committed to maintaining a presence at the shoal, which Manila calls Escoda. Located within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone, the shoal is the rendezvous point for vessels carrying out resupply missions to Filipino troops stationed on a grounded warship at the Second Thomas Shoal, where Manila and China have had frequent maritime run-ins. China has carried out extensive land reclamation on some islands in the South China Sea, building air force and other military facilities, causing concern in Washington and around the region. Terrilla believed the Coast Guard had been effective in deterring China from doing small-scale reclamation. It had not documented any activity from the Chinese vessels present in Sabina Shoal since it deployed its multi-role response vessel there in mid-April. China does not want to get caught, Terrilla said. There was no immediate comment from the Chinese embassy in Manila on Terrilla's remarks. China has indisputable sovereignty over the South China Sea islands and the adjacent waters, it said in a statement on Sunday. China claims almost all of the vital waterway, including parts claimed by the Philippines, Brunei, Malaysia, Taiwan, and Vietnam. The Permanent Court of Arbitration ruled in 2016 that Beijing's claims had no basis under international law, a decision that China rejects. On other media, China denies Philippine report of artificial island in disputed waters. The Philippines said on Monday that it would keep a closer guard on reefs, shoals, and islets in its exclusive economic zone in the South China Sea, as China denied accusations of trying to build an artificial island in the disputed waters. The Philippine Coast Guard said on Saturday it had deployed a ship to Sabina Shoal on the Spratly Archipelago, where it accused China of building an artificial island, having documented what it said were piles of dead and crushed coral on the sandbars. Onathan Malaya, spokesperson of the National Security Council, NSC, said NSC Chief Eduardo Ano had ordered a tighter guard at locations within Manila's 200 nautical mile economic zone as a long-standing diplomatic row with Beijing intensifies. No one will guard these locations except us. It is our responsibility under international law to guard them and ensure that the environment there would not be damaged and that there won't be reclamation activities, Malaya told a regular television program. China claims almost all the South China Sea, including parts claimed by the Philippines, Brunei, Malaysia, Taiwan, and Vietnam, and has carried out extensive land reclamation on some islands, building military facilities, causing concern in Washington and the region. China's foreign ministry on Monday dismissed Manila's latest accusation as groundless and pure rumor. Recently, the Philippine side has repeatedly spread rumors, deliberately smeared China, and attempted to mislead the international community, which is futile, spokesperson Wang Wenbin told a regular briefing. He urged Manila to return to the right track of properly settling maritime disputes through negotiation and consultation. Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson Deter said its presence at the Escoda or Sabina Shoal had deterred China from doing small-scale reclamation, but that scientists would have to determine whether the piles of coral were natural or man-made. He said the Coast Guard was committed to maintaining a presence at the shoal, just over 120 nautical miles from the Philippine province of Palawan. The Permanent Court of Arbitration ruled in 2016 that Beijing's claims in the South China Sea, a vital waterway, had no basis under international law, a decision that China rejects. The Sabina Shoal is the rendezvous point for vessels resupplying Philippine troops stationed on a grounded warship at the Second Thomas Shoal, where Manila and Beijing have had frequent run-ins. ANO has called for Chinese diplomats to be expelled over the alleged leak of a phone conversation with a Filipino admiral about the maritime dispute. On Monday, the Philippine Foreign Ministry said it would look into reports of illegal and unlawful activities by diplomatic officials, but did not name China.